Yeah.
So what's up, man? Usually, you know, if it was dog, hey, I was busy, man. I had two engines to work on, and you see the V8. I put it into a V4.
Well, okay, yeah, that's Red Dog. That song like Red Dog for real. That song like Red Dog. He could do that. He could do things. But
you know,
I have been busy as well. But very busy with setting up and turning the key on the big event we're going to be doing in August 1, as well as normal work, boy. Normal work. You know that I'm not as good as other DJs here, so I don't get paid yet. For what I do here. However, they're setting it up, getting things done, run around, you know, the the day job is what I like to call it, the day job. Right? But yeah, other than that, we looking decent, man. We looking decent. I have to mention though, this time around I was reminded once again that you need to be fit even if you're just doing traffic driving. Because I've spent 2.5, almost 3 hours today in traffic jam on our drive that normally takes 20-something, possibly, let's say, half hour. There was some obstruction on the main road or whatever it was. And I had to do some driving all up in the back and go through some hills to get back up the road, to get back down here. That's why I looked as though I was bouncing and coming in. That's because, believe it or not, GGP, I know a lot of people underestimate the Pudgy superior body frame. But I'm rather light on my feet, you see. So a lot of people don't see that. Especially they get privileged to get exposed to that when I'm hustling. So anyway, that's what you saw. It wasn't off to grandma's cottage in the forest, red riding hood, skip la 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 la. Not that. No. This was just Jeezy Mariah are late and no Red Dog may or may not come through today. So that is what you saw. But being fit, boy, and you really need to be fit to even deal with traffic. Traffic jams take a lot out of you. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Now you said something about fit. I remember hearing a story some time ago from a friend of mine, and this driver came home and just he parked his car in his garage, went into his home and just collapsed. So of course everybody frightened and all that. And now I'm kind of laughing because the good news is the doctor said, "Hey, listen, your leg's weak, you need to walk some more." So that's the good news. But he couldn't believe it because he came home each day walking, and he usually was just walking and sit down on the sofa and feet, and that was it, which was a big relief. But now that you're saying that, it's you should not just depend on just the driving and leaving it at that.
No. That's funny. Funny you should say that. I had a friend of mine who says I tried to get him to do some exercise with me the other day, and he's saying exercise. I say yeah. So if any of those young girls you like to tackle decide they want to take you on a hike, you'll be able to go the distance and stuff like that. Try to motivate my brother. My boy watch me and go hike. He say hike. You say I say yeah hike. He said, "Bros, when I wake up in the morning, I'll take a hike to the kitchen. You understand? I'll hike to my car to drive to work." And I was like, "Man, come on, man, really?" He said, "Yeah, that hike thing is for when you're young and stupid and don't know better." Right? So I was like, all right, so be it. By the way, this fella right now is on an aggressive weight loss campaign, so which is good.
Who are you?
No, not me. Do I look like I need to be?
Well, actually, funny you said that because I was thinking it. And I said the other day, but Pudgy look different, So.
Yeah, no, I dropped in some weight. I actually started back exercising.
Okay, good.
And changed up my diet and stuff.
But I didn't want to ask, what I mean?
You could ask the GDP. It have anything you can't ask me, man?
Yeah, I could ask you, but I didn't want to. Because you see, this is where people get into trouble.
What?
And you see my frame to your frame. This is you ever wonder how the J survives so long? It's through wits,
No.
Watch me. I could have said, listen, you lose your weight, and then you go outside and think about it. What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? Yeah, no. I don't like it. I am actually trying to lose weight because I want to get back into racing.
All right, good for you.
So man. I actually build in some condition and some stamina. I have to admit it is quite encouraging to get the notices from some of the people around.
That's good.
But it also paints another picture. So because I'm not the same Pudgy, but I mean, I don't understand that. Because my foot and them get a little thin now.
Yeah. And that could happen because, some people might say, hey, you lost your cute, because people are different.
Yeah.
Checking out my WhatsApp, hold on.
All right. Ooh, yes.
What is it? Love Sex said, fell asleep while in traffic.
Yeah, see? No, it's funny you should say that, right?
I didn't say it. I got it on my WhatsApp.
Well,
you have WhatsApp?
Reciting, yes, I have WhatsApp. Reciting what people bring it up on your WhatsApp, right? People laugh, and one of the guys who were actually behind me in traffic jam today pulled up alongside and asked me, why did I do what I did? And what I did was, at one point, after about 30 minutes of bumper-to-bumper traffic, I moved literally about 200 feet in 30 minutes. It was ridiculous. I couldn't sit down anymore. So I got out and I walked around the vehicle twice, one way, and then I walked the other way. I did a little stretch from the back and I sat back down in the vehicle. So I got some horn blowing and thing, and I started looking in the rearview mirror. I told somebody that I knew. So I stick my head out. The man say, "Big man, everything all right?" So I was like, it's all right now. He said, "I think that's a real good idea." And sure enough, he gets out and does the same thing.
Yeah.
Comes up alongside me now in a traffic further down, because this is another probably hour later. He said, "Boy, that really make a big difference, simple as it is." I said, "Yeah, because they get circulation going, and believe it or not, the human body was not made to be sitting in that position for long. While it might be comfortable, it's not designed for that, So we started to talk now. This is in traffic jam, by the way. I mean, we're having a conversation across the windows of the cars down and stuff. And he said, "Somehow, brother, your voice sounding real familiar."
Good.
I don't know what I said. I said, "Yeah, somebody say I sound like this fella's been on the radio."
Uh-huh.
He said, "Yeah, the motorsports man." And I did try and I had to keep a straight face. I said, "Yeah, I get that a lot.
Nice.
So if he is listening, yes, you did talk to Pudgy from the Paradise Motorsports crew.
Now, you said that in terms of coming out and walking. A couple of times I say it and people take it in fun. It's partly fun, but it's also serious. I would say, listen, if you're listening to the Caribbean Superstation, you're in traffic jam, come out and dance. Dance a little bit,
Yeah,
and then go back into your car.
that works.
Which is a way of,
Yeah. Once you get the circulation going,
you need to.
Yes, you will.
You see, when you're younger, and it is really true, when you reach a certain stage and age, these little exercises, these little things, they really come in handy. They're really beneficial.
Yes, it does. It most definitely does. And a lot of people take it for granted, boy, but you would not believe how useful it is. Because I did that I only did it once this time because a lot of rain was falling. But when I did that, I was like, okay, right, I'm feeling good. The passenger in my car as well asked me if I was all right. He's like, "Boss, you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He said, "Because you just get out and walk around the car like I'm like one of them dogs who just walk around in a circle before you lie down to sleep." And I laughed and I said, yeah, I suppose that could be a good, analogy or comparison. However, the reason for me doing that is about circulation and, let's get your body a little relaxed, I do it on long flights as well. I get up, I don't get out and walk around the plane on long flights.
Funny you brought up that because that crossed my mind. If you were to use that and somebody tell the attendant, "I want to walk around outside," because they were listening to a health tip. A health tip, so you got to get up and walk outside. Go outside and walk.
Yeah.
But I guess people might more look at it in terms of long flights than a drive. It's like a drive is okay, but the flight is different, so they would do that. But
just sitting in that position for that length of time is never really a good plan. That's the long and short of that. Yeah.
You have on your thing there. Your
trying to get into the chat room here now with my.
All right. So MP Zahn says the new series in Trinidad are already up to PDD.
I lost there with that.
Well, I guess you was talking about earlier when you spoke about the amount of cars, vehicles all over the place.
Well, that's our next. I don't know what the decision makers are thinking in a lot of these territories, right? Islands and otherwise. But for some reason, I just don't understand why we can't find a more efficient way to move people, around the countries, especially the smaller islands. The smaller islands, we should be really using electric vehicles and more environmentally friendly vehicles. But for some strange reason, that just... that just eludes a lot of people, and I don't understand why. You know, people, we need to start thinking differently about how we conduct our daily commute. Think about the healthier options even in your office space. I know this might have a little bit to do or nothing at all to do with motorsports, but it has a lot to do with being healthy and in a frame of mind that you can enjoy the motorsports, which can also include just being healthy enough to drive a race car at length and at distance. You know, it requires a whole lot of concentration and discipline. I have a lot of people at work who laugh at me when, you know, they see people running and going up stairs, and I am with them with my superior body frame. And for some strange reason, you know, they're all shocked, just like how JGP was shocked to see me coming in skipping. Yeah? JGP is people like you all I would love to meet on a football field. You know? Not for long, though.
All right.
Not for long. At this stage of my life, I just want a short spurt, brew, and that is it. After that, it's all about, okay, let me see if the experience and superior body frame could get a little body check and throw you off and that kind of
I see. So you decide to confess that you're skipping.
Confess what way? No. I said to you, it seemed as though you're skipping because to the untrained eye, seeing this body mass move with such agility,
it seems like skipping.
It can perceive to be skipping, when truth and in fact I'm just moving at, you know, probably blinding speed.
So Red Dog eyes are trained?
I don't understand if Red Dog eye is trained.
Okay, I want him to see you.
But why you had to be? Well, you want him to see me?
Right.
Well,
he will give his synopsis and say, "Oh yeah, oh," you know. They love to say, "Oh."
Basketball. I don't understand that, man. We have guests in the studio and all, and you set them up here, man. You have people wondering if I come in and skip. People up and down the Caribbean, I'm just telling you all right now, I was not skipping coming inside.
It appeared.
Right? It may seem so. It is alleged. It is alleged, not alleged. Alleged. Okay? That I was skipping coming in when truth and in fact, to the untrained eyes, seeing somebody with this body mass moving so quickly and effortlessly, almost gracefully. Yeah, it would seem as though, you know, we were just skipping coming in.
Remember Red Dog taller than he long and hearing?
Yeah, he long and hearing. Nah, Red Dog, I know Red Dog had some stuff he was sorting out. I don't know if he would get through. That, and I don't know, boy. I think Red Dog need to start drinking or something, boy. He need to get balance. I tell him that the other day, he laughed at me and he say, yeah, well, the radio program is the balance. And I'm like, yeah, so, okay. Other than the radio program, once a week, you have no other balance. Nah, man, again, you set him up there, But anyway, so other than that, what we're talking about today as well is the Celebrity Drive for Cancer Awareness and Road Safety. What we're doing is we've partnered with a couple of other people, and the Trinidad and Tobago Cancer Society has been gracious enough to allow us to basically support the cause in a nutshell. Yeah. And what we're doing is we've actually got some cars sponsored from dealers where we're going to have celebrities do a defensive driving challenge. Now, people in the Caribbean, this is the first of its kind in the Caribbean to have a defensive driving challenge. Yeah, and what we're going to do, the proceeds going to go back to the Cancer Society, the Trinidad and Tobago Cancer Society, as well as how we're doing it with the defensive driving is that we're creating awareness and exposing and educating people to safe driving practices. So we're killing two birds with one stone. We marrying motorsport and creating awareness for the cancer cause. Yeah. So that's what we're about, and we have, I think, Kimlin is in here with us with Sherma, and Sherma looks familiar, boy. Yeah, boy. Sherma, you married by any chance? You are? No, well then you're not familiar. I think I know Sherma at all. That was a mistake. It was a mistake. That's all I'll say at this point, right? So we actually have room for you all because Red Dog not here. I don't know if that was a strategic choice on Red Dog, but I don't know. I see JGP smiling. JGP, you know something we don't know? JGP, are you aware of something that we don't know? All of a sudden you can't say nothing. First DJ I hear that can't talk. Look at him. Wow.
It's not my time yet.
Oh, it's not your time
no. It's when you say it's your time.
I hear you.
But So we're gonna chit chat with the ladies now, or answer some questions.
One time.
All right. Make space.
Well, yeah, I could do that.
So folks, on with us on the Caribbean Superstation. Paradise Motorsports is on today, and into the big venture coming up, as Pudgy explained earlier on, teaming up with the folks from the Cancer Society, the big fundraising drive against cancer. We'll hear some more about that right here on the Caribbean Superstation, CSS. Don't forget, you can catch us on our many exciting frequencies, plus online at www.yourcss.net. So you're checking your tablet.
I'm trying to see if I could get into the chat room.
The chat room.
Yeah, I see Malcolm P and all them in there.
What? You're on quick one.
The system has been worked out.
All right.
Malcolm P going political and I say, jeez. I'm afraid sometimes to bring them figures in on this weekend.
What are you talking about, the cricket?
No, the OPVs, but in Trinidad. Now let me talk about the cricket. Because as far as I see it, this is Jamaica and Antigua play now.
You're talking about it.
Oh, I said I didn't want to talk about it. That's really sounding like a fat match up there. All out for 97.
Yeah, that is good.
It's making me feel like I should go on so I could find my pads.
No, they got to finish early. The next game starting in a while. All right, so you're going to chit chat with your guests and to your guests in a little bit.
Right. So one of the things we wanted to find out, right, basically, is from the Cancer Society, or at least the awareness for cancer. The basic person out there just knows cancer is bad. Could you get a nice definition of what cancer is and how it affects the human body?
Cancer is the erratic multiplication of cells that are malignant. So once you hear malignancy, it indicates that cancer is present, or genes that are potentially cancer causing is present. So, but one of the things that, just as you said about cancer being what it is, in light of recent information, cancer should not be a death sentence. And that is what we at the Trinity Tobago Cancer Society try to promote: awareness and education. We're not promoting fear, we are promoting proactiveness, and as Kimlan always say, changing our conversation to getting screened. So it's not doom and gloom, and it's still a secret and so on in secrecy, the big CA, the big C, and all this. And this is what cripples us as a society in terms of seeking medical help. So cancer is the erratic multiplication of cells that are malignancies, but it need not be a death sentence for you.
All right. Now, funny you should say that, because one of my earlier conversations with Kimlan was about that, where I think a lot of it could be prevented if you have the awareness and it's not treated as this dark ages curse of mankind.
Yes.
You know, and that is because people are just not aware, they're not informed, and that's one of the reasons why I've said, you know, maybe we can do something differently with that. Start changing the mindset. Now, you're using a lot of nice big terms like malignant and things like that. Now, one of the things, well, what I understood from cancer, from my little research, was the erratic, irregular growth of cells. Abnormal. Right? Could that be used to define malignant? Now, when you say malignant, because
cancer causing is malignant, and benign is non-cancer causing. Malignancy and benign means two different things.
Right,
one
they're more or less the opposites.
Yes. You can have similar growths that are abnormal, but one can go on to be in cancer as well as one would not, which is the benign aspect of it.
Okay, so like a keloid.
Yes, keloid is abnormal cells, but the keloids are not malignant.
Right, so there's a benign form of cell growth.
Yes, abnormal cell growth.
All right, all right. You see, all right, so my little bit of research is not going on. Yeah, it's not going on okay, go unsupported, man. I'm missing Red Dog, though. You know, Red Dog is the real research man, but all right, so basically what we want to do is we want to try and create the awareness. So at the same celebrity drive for cancer, one of the things we're going to be doing, all right, and I'm sure Kimlan is going to support me with this, is we're going to have a very small quiz.
Okay.
5 to probably 10 questions on a little card that people will have to come to the booth and get the information, fill out the card. Once they complete the card, they bring it back in and we have a raffle and there's a prize.
Yes.
Right? So this way people actually get to interact with you all, they learn about it, as well as, you know, start to think about cancer differently. Yeah? So that's good. Okay, so I think we kind of on the right track there with stuff like that. Okay, so some of the treatments for cancer, the number one thing everybody hears is chemo.
Yeah.
What exactly is chemo and how does that work?
Chemo is a cocktail of drugs. It might be one particular drug. It's cytotoxic drug because it not only kills the good cells, it kills the bad cells. Hence its treatment, because even though you're killing the cancer cells, treatment ensues dietary. You have to do like different things to keep your white blood cell counts up. So you would be doing chemotherapy, but then there are complementary therapies included in that treatment.
Yeah.
So you don't just do straight chemo. For some patients, they might need blood transfusion because their red blood cell count low, or persons who will have high infection rate because of the cancer, and you need to contain their white blood cell count. So we have different drugs that will help protect these vital cells in the patient's body while they are accessing cancer treatment. So that's just chemotherapy. And again, chemotherapy based on the staging. Therapy for all cancers is based on the staging.
Okay.
For some persons with a stage 1, you might just have surgery, or you might just have oral chemotherapy, and you might do something like radiation therapy prophylactically, just in case you don't want any spread or just to cover yourself. And sometimes persons just need, we call it watchful waiting expectancy, because the cancer cells are there, but they are not growing at this rapid rate to cause the person untimely demise. So the spread of it all depends on the activity of the cancer, because we might all have the same cancer, but it would be at different stages. And then it also depends on what stage of fitness the person's body is in.
Right,
so if you're not fit for treatment, even though you have cancer, we wouldn't do something that will further cause detriment to you.
Right.
So it is more or less, treatment is individualized.
Okay, so now you mentioned something that we touched on earlier, because one of the things I was reminded of today, being in traffic, sitting for that length, that I was in traffic like 3.5 hours. It felt like 4 days, but it was really only 3.5 hours. And I came out at one point, did a little walk around the car, and it started a conversation between two cars. This guy was out next to me, he did the same thing. He said it really made a big difference. Now, with regard to fitness, what type of fitness, I wouldn't say staves off cancer, but reduces the risk of would you say getting cancer? Yeah, you could say getting cancer. So like what I'm saying is, if you have like lean body mass, you want power strength, you want muscle, or you want to be skinny like a supermodel.
Nothing to do with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But, no, people want to know, because some people say, oh, big men don't get cancer, or only when skinny people get cancer. And,
no, that's actually a myth. So for cancer prevention, the average person is supposed to be doing 30 minutes of vigorously intense exercise every day or an hour if they could. And that does not include, it doesn't mean that you have to join a gym. You just need to find things that you can do at home, jumping jacks, you can do squats, you can jog on the spot, walk up and down some stairs for 30 minutes and get your heart rate going. So you can find things to do at home. 30 minutes every day or an hour.
All right,
every other day would help.
Complementary with diet.
You see,
Yes.
Ole kind of touch, you all touch a kind of sensitive thing there with me, you see, because I'm actually on a campaign to try and drop some weight. Not so much to drop weight, but to get conditioning back into my body, because I had an injury that I was nursing for almost a year, but I'm kind of over that now, so a slow recovery. Now, I am doing this because I know racing a car, you have to be fit. You subject yourself to a lot of G-forces, you have to be able to concentrate, focus, so there's a lot of things that I'll be working on, and that is something that we definitely had to talk about.
You need to know.
Off air we're talking about being fit and keeping fit, and I see GDJ, a.k.a. DJ, gorgeous DJ, wanna be a supermodel. She in St. Lucia, right? Good, I know you're supposed to make a turn in St. Lucia. Yeah. Oh, God. All right. Oh, shout out for the St. Lucia.
Lucia, you guys work so hard.
Yes, they do. And you see, yeah, again, we in the region, eh? So, gorgeous DJ, what somebody here who kind of have a frame like a supermodel say, half hour a day exercise, which we all know is incredibly difficult. How you could eat healthy in the Caribbean? You ever taste the food here?
In the Caribbean, you have a
Now
lot
you
of
ma-
fruits,
and
fresh-
greens
fresh-
and
Hey.
greens and
You have
green
a lot
stuff.
of fresh
Prove
fruits
it.
and vegetables.
Fruits.
Yes.
Yeah, fruits is in between your meals. You eat, you know what I mean, 4 mango before you go any. You eat your breakfast. Then you deal with a little 4 mango to hold, you know, till lunchtime.
For supper.
Then you deal with some provision and, you know, some fish or I like fish, some chicken, piece of pork. Then you line with some more fruit again till dinner. You know what I mean? After you eat dinner, before you go in and you sleep, you bust a little bit more fruit, some pomerac. Or up the islands, they'll call it what? Plum rose. Plum rose. I mean, I spent time in Montserrat, you know. You get into have some plum rose or pomerac. You know, so how is it possible to live, or I shouldn't say live, but eat? Like how you all want me to eat like a bird. I can't do that, boy. I see people say, I am on a diet, and they pull out some green, some bird seed. And tell me about, yeah, hold on to that, the big man. Eat that. I was like, what? So like, you see my size? I tell you people, am I hungry and then bring bird seed?
Superior
You know what I mean?
body mass.
That's right. Superior body frames need nourishment. So anyway. But don't get to happen, you know. This superior body frame could tell you a story or two, you know. As a matter of fact, the good registered news here brother was I should say spectacle to that. There was a fet match in where I work at was. So there was a fet match once, and I ain't gonna lie, that it really motivated me to try and get back into fitness because, boy, I do my little stretch and stuff. I know back in the day I used to play football, you know, and everything is still in the mind. All the maneuvers, the plays, the dribbles, everything is there. The skill set is still active in the mind. Boy, I get a ball float over to me. I trap on the chest, I turn. Well, a set of supporters on the side lose their mind. Ah, what's a good slow? Well, you know, I hear high pitch, I realize it's girls. So I say, hi, boy. I say, JGP, things in my favor. I push that ball in front of me to run down the wing. Up to now, I ain't catch that ball. You know. Running behind the ball, I find the ball just getting further and further away from it. And I'm saying, but like somebody else kicked this ball. Unbeknownst to me, it's because I was toting about 60 pounds extra when last I tried that maneuver. So it worked out well. Cross the ball over, and then, of course, immediately was like, yeah, man for Crichlow. Pudgy need to sit down. Oh, God, what happened? You get so good. I was like, yeah, well, you know, I really want the young boys and them like Real Thomas and them fellas to shine. You know, I had my day. I went by the cooler.
Wow. Blow me down.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
You know, it's funny that coming from a bony man, eh? But that's all right, you know. I'll just tell you, don't get that big belly man making a comeback for 2015. Yeah, what I telling you?
The only watching, oh, nobody touching, no, only lasting, oh, like a garland. Woo! Then suddenly, the big belly man grabbed the woman, started to jam. She went crazy, kicking at him, man, you should hear. But she tell him, I ain't dancing with no big belly man, big belly.
Back to the whole thing about, and I know a lot of people out there with motorsports is wondering, well, you know, why Pudgy and them talking about cancer and kicking ball and thing, but all of that plays an important part again with being able to deal with daily driving on the road. If I didn't start my fitness campaign, I telling you straight, 3.5 hours in our car today, I'd have been limping coming in here, especially with the superior body frame. So it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand, and it is connected, people. It is a safer way to be on the roads, believe it or not. It is a safer way if you're healthy and you're fit. We talked a little bit about the definition of cancer, what it is, how we treat it. Kimlin wants us to exercise 30 minutes an hour a day and eat bird seed, and that's fine. However, on a more realistic note, I don't say realistic note, but there's a theory out there that the foods we eat now is also contributing to cancer. How true is that?
Right Right, so back in the day, same thing with fruits. Our parents, our grandparents didn't know anything about fast food and
balanced diet.
So it was a lot of fruits and vegetables which helped in terms of preventing not just cancer but other non-communicable diseases, other lifestyle diseases as well. This generation is plagued by a host of different fast food outlets, and then you see everyone's daily schedule is getting so hectic, it's just becoming convenient, more and more convenient for everybody to just pull up in a drive-through or pick up something or order something to have it delivered. So in terms of what these different food places are putting into the foods, it's now questionable. You have a lot of hormones, you have a lot of processed meats, processed foods that they're passing off as eating healthy. You have a lot of chemicals, a lot of dyes, a lot of carcinogens or chemicals that increase your risk of developing cancer. Carcinogens increase your risk of developing
This is about
cancer.
educating them as well, because at the Celebrity Drive for Cancer, this might very well be on the little quiz.
Yes, because
so we need
cancer,
right.
yes.
So
Cancer-causing chemicals.
cancer-causing chemicals are called
Carcinogens.
carcinogens. All right. Okay, so you're thinking or suggesting that we have more of these in our diet now, which should make it more imperative that we exercise more. Would exercise counteract these bad chemicals?
No,
So you just have to cut them out or cut them down.
Yes, because think about it. If it's like, for instance, in a cigarette, there are 69 known cancer-causing chemicals in a cigarette. Exercising can't fight that.
Yeah, we don't have some.
So you have
some
to.
brothers
There are
who
certain
will
things
fight
that you
you
just
now
have to cut
whenever.
out completely.
Yeah, there's no nutritional value.
Yeah,
in a
there's
cigarette.
exactly. So it's the same as your diet. So you have to cut all the bad foods out of your diet, all the fast food, all the processed meat, etc. Processed meats being bacon, ham, salami, hot dogs, pepperoni. I could hear the listeners screaming.
Pepperoni.
I didn't say I want to sign off on you and want to check what thing. I want to change this topic already. To be honest,
You want to
with you.
reduce your consumption of red meat to 18 ounces of red meat per week. You want to limit your alcohol intake. So men, you are allowed to have 2 drinks per day, and women, we're allowed to have 1.
What?
Hold on.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I didn't.
Alright, whoa, wait. I was going to ask about rum, but you
Right.
kinda,
So in
rum
terms of
being
the alcohol,
Mhm.
it's 1 bottle of beer.
What?
So it's basically, if you drink beer, it's 1 bottle. Doesn't
if it's-
matter where it's manufactured.
Alright, so if it's a 2-liter bottle up there, that's fine. What you're saying, right?
No, an average bottle.
But as an average, you don't get small bottle again. You know what I mean? It's a 2-liter bottle.
It's
up there.
4.5 fluid ounces of wine,
Nice,
whether it be
again,
red
specific,
wine or white
yeah.
wine, and then it's 1.5
So you can't
fluid.
drink with a bucket of wine and things.
No.
Not a picture.
That's a liter bottle.
I'll say a 2-liter.
And
yeah,
then it's
2-liter bottle.
1.5 fluid ounces of 80 proof distilled liquor. So that's hard drinkers like you with babash and punchin and white toast.
I don't know where you get this impression.
Alabama Scotch.
Excuse me.
Alabama
I don't know what you're
Scotch.
implying there. That you know, hard drinkers like me. I don't know, like somebody talking to you. Did you have a conversation with Red Dog? This songing like Red Dog corrupted some people before they come in.
I
here.
plead the 5th.
All right. But just so that people wondering, 80% proof alcohol is not endorsed by me at any stage. Yeah, I've had some beverages up the island, including St. Lucia, where after taking a shot, I couldn't focus. My eyes, everything was getting fuzzy. Yeah, JTP and all know that. Yeah, chase the spice rum there. Yeah, chase the spice. But anyhow, this is not about rum or anything. So
No, it's
we coming
about
back
2
to
drinks per day for a guy. Doesn't matter if you
2
have it
drinks.
on ice, if you have
And-
it with chaser.
and the drinks should be smaller than a 2-liter bottle.
No, it depends on what type of alcohol. So for wine, it's 4.5 fluid ounces of wine, whether it's white.
So that's a
or-
2-liter bottle. That's a 2-liter
No,
bottle.
it's not.
So when we get
It's
to
a
drink a
glass
2-liter
of
bottle,
wine. It's basically a half a glass of wine. And then for the alcohol, it's 1.5
Per
fluid
day.
ounces
Per day.
per day.
all right. So
But
only endorsing drinking every day.
No, if you don't drink, you reduce your risk. But if you do
If
drink
you
and you
must,
drink daily and
there
you
are
must,
guidelines.
there are guidelines.
So
So
we
for the
can't-
ladies, 1 drink per day. For the guys, you guys are allowed 2 drinks per day. Very sexist, I know, but those are the rules.
Come on for that.
I find that's a good thing.
Had to be a
What's the
guy
matter
come up
with
with
you?
that,
So anyway, all right, okay. So we have some guidelines that could help stave off the irregular growth of cells, a.k.a. cancer. What would be your ideal goal for the Trinidad and Tobago Cancer Society?
One of the things that we continue to work on, even though this year we're celebrating 45 years, this is our 45th anniversary, is to continue to educate the people of Trinidad and Tobago about just being cancer aware and changing the conversation and letting people know that cancer is not a death sentence, like Shilma said, that you can prevent through early detection. And what we want to continue to do is just basically do that. Early detection, promote early detection via screening, which means getting checked for cancer, whether or not you experience signs or symptoms, and to pass the message on. So the more Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the Caribbean, the more we know about cancer, the more that we can work together to combat this disease.
All right, that's real interesting.
Yeah, because the Caribbean we've been doing a lot as a Caribbean. We have Kelaha projects in St. Martin. Keoma Hame is working hard there. We have HCC, the Healthy Caribbean Coalition, Professor Hassel and his team, Maisha, working so hard. We have the Caribbean Cancer Petition, where we're asking the e-petition, where we're asking for everyone in the Caribbean to log on to www.endcervicalcancernow.org to sign that petition so that we can work together collectively to combat one of the most dominant female cancers that we have.
Now, funny enough, and I always find a way to tie this back to motorsports, but that is also one of the better ways to race on a circuit. Being able to judge what's happening ahead of you, so that you'll know what you're going into. So being prepared, one, being prepared for what is to come, one, as well as protecting yourself in the now. Education, a.k.a. knowledge, will help you with that. So that makes a lot of sense. I can actually identify with it in some very weird, twisted way, but nonetheless, I identify with it. And I think that the union or the effort we're going to be putting forward will accomplish some of those goals, where it comes to creating the awareness, and by extension, they fall into the education with regard to what it takes to basically fight cancer, to be, to avoid cancer, to dodge that bullet, And I'm excited. I think this should have been done a long time ago. The celebrity drive for cancer. We still can't get GGP to come down.
I'm glad that you're excited because the society would love for you to come to our clinic and to get screened for prostate cancer and do your DRE or digital rectal exam and your PSA.
When you say digital,
you have to
hold on, I see that red light here. Hold on. Mash breaks. Now when you say digital, we talking computer, right? That kind of digital. Binary test.
Yes, we could use 2 fingers.
I have no problems with that binary test. That is easy. But is there any other way for men to do that test? Because I know a lot of men will be a bit hesitant, yes, not motivated to go and do this test. Are there you can't take some blood or something?
Well, apart from
take a picture at least, something. I don't know. Take a picture. I don't know. I guess in because I know it's not going to be popular with a lot of men.
Well, the thing about cancer screening and being proactive is not about what is popular. It's about what is right and what is responsible and what is proactive. So let me bring you back down to a level where...
Rewind.
So we're changing the conversation. We're being proactive. We're saying, okay, this is something that I have to do if I want to live longer, if I want to be with my family, if I want to lead a healthy lifestyle. Cancer screening is something that I must do. So get rid of all the red lights and all the stars you're seeing.
Homophobia.
And all the homophobia that men have.
Egoism.
Right.
Why let's keep it
Egoism.
No, because I read an article a couple of weeks ago where they were interviewing men and trying to find out about their phobias for getting screened for prostate cancer, their DRE. And the homophobia was one of the things that they brought up.
All right, so just so that we get it clear, it's not about homophobia with me. I just know that will be uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable for under 2 minutes, you'll be fine. Your
boy,
superior body mass will rally through, don't worry. You'll rally through.
We had a little discussion
okay. On a more serious note, statistics are even though the incidence of prostate cancer is slowly on the rise, my concern as a clinician is the mortality rate. And for me, treating persons who have never done prostate screening and now you are seeing them with invasive spread, we call it metastasis of cancer. It's very sad. It's painful for me as a clinician to be with the family and treat the patient, and all you're saying to the back of your mind is woulda, shoulda, coulda, and then you're here at this final stage in all this pain and literally saying goodbye to your family in an untimely manner. One of the other myths that men come up with is that it will go away. From birth to age 40, your prostate gland remains unchanged. You'll get away with murder. Throughout childbirth, and I don't even want to compare it. We have to do pap smears sometime you're sexually active. It's very uncomfortable. The doctor doing it is not your friend, and he's not your husband. And we have to do that once we're sexually active. We're not talking about childbearing. So from birth to age 40, you all are exempt from doing any screening.
You know.
And I'm being very, but I'm not being sexist.
You know.
I'm being
Oh, you're
practical.
not being sexist.
I'm being practical. Okay?
No,
On age 40, you should be responsible enough to start doing screening. It's not just about you, it's about your family. It's about maintaining your role in the family as the provider, the protector, and the head. So you have to lead by example. Blink, blink. You have to lead by example.
Hey, we run out of time here.
And my biggest problem
We run out of time, boy.
is the fact that more men are dying.
All right.
More men are dying of prostate cancer.
Okay, all right. So
80% of these men
sure.
have never done
All right.
prostate screening.
Okay. All right. Olewin, Pudgy will go and get
Do the test.
I see it on here, everybody.
Shut up or shut up.
All right. Yeah,
Don't worry. We have the media there.
This is my show of commitment to this whole campaign.
All right.
Right?
Witnesses.
Pudgy, yeah, all right, yeah, we are real witnesses.
Pinky
Trust me,
sweat.
our people, pinky sweat. We do the pinky sweat. Yeah, we have people along in Australia right now rolling. Pudgy, boy. That's the kind of screening you're gonna do. Boy. So anyway, people, I am committed, and I will prove my commitment by doing something that I have dodged for my entire life, the 40-something plus years that I do.
From the age of 40, men are supposed to get screened for prostate.
All right, so only 4 years so behind. All right, what's the big deal? I will get at it. You know what?
You want to take it?
What do you have to do? I have to bring back the results for people to believe me. Relax.
Yes.
I'll do
Don't
it.
We want
worry,
it on-
we'll have photos to prove that you came to
There are
the clinic.
photos of my screening,
Right.
really? What do you
And
have to do?
then when you return to the studio, I'm sure you will share with the listening audience
Your experience.
Where is Red Dog? Where is Red Dog?
And
when he-
encourage your men folk to get
You know,
screened.
I wonder if Red Dog didn't
As
show up today.
Mailing and I and you.
See, oh Lord.
What we say? Man up.
Yeah, you basically have to man up.
Hey, we not a good boy. You had
Man up.
something
You
coming
know where
here.
we have to go? To the society to get screened.
62 Rosalino Street in Woodbrook.
Call 800 TTCS to make an appointment.
Yeah. All right. So, people.
We'll make yours for you, right? You don't have to
800-8827 toll free number.
So people, this has been one of the more I have to say progressive and oppressive episodes of Paradise Motorsports, where we spoke little about motorsports and road safety. We did touch on it, but however, I have been coerced into going and do something that I know is uncomfortable, and and a pinky swear on it. So, yeah, boy, a rather dismal Pudgy is about to leave you all again for another week. And follow us. You can jump on the Facebook page that we've created and follow Pudgy's screening for the celebrity driver cancer. I don't know.
Join him.
Yeah.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Support him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think I'll put that up. Huh? Now, I've been not in Jamaica yet. We're supposed to be getting up there sometime this year here. But we actually, and people in BVI, I don't know if they get any signal yet. We're supposed to be in BVI for the weekend of the 3rd. Yeah, Paradise Motorsports will be up there. We've been invited to come up to a car show. We're going to be doing that. So either Pudgy or Red Dog, or Pudgy and Red Dog, depending, because I don't have my passport yet, and there's a little passport situation in Trinidad and Tobago right now. I don't have a Monstratton passport yet. I'm still working on that. So we'll see how that goes, right? People, honored guests, and not so honored guests with the camera who taking pictures of Pudgy being manhandled. Being manhandled by 3 women, you know. And JGP, of course, strategically quiet. JGP strategically quiet in the corner here, just smiling and chuckling. But that's all right. That's all right. We gonna take that too. People,
You have the poker face on.
Paradise-
Yeah, but
Paradise
know your
Motorsports. Paradise Motorsports. Hey, I go put my poker face. I get to do well, kind of chop this up to them. Anyhow, this has been Paradise Motorsports, people. Remember, we want to keep it safe, pay attention on the roads. We focusing on safety, and we're focusing on health. The healthier you are, just like with cancer, the more likely you'll be able to avoid the outcomes of negative eventualities. You sit down on the road, somebody run into your car. If you're healthy, you stand a better chance of recovery. All right, so keep it safe. We want you all here again next week to listen in on Paradise Motorsports here on CSS, the Caribbean Superstation.